Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you a super simple Forex trading strategy that I know is going to make you a consistently profitable trader in 2025. So like I said, it's super simple. Not only have I used it to pass a bunch of funded account challenges, get payouts, but I've also been sending these trades into the VIP group. And as you can see, we literally hit the TP on this one today. So first, let me break it down for you of exactly what it is that we're looking for so you can understand how simple this strategy actually is. So all we're really doing is waiting for a break of structure in our intended market direction. Once we get that break of structure, which we do right here, then we're going to identify a fair value gap which caused that break of structure. And then we're simply just going to wait for price to come back into that fair value gap, give us signs of a rejection, and then we're just going to take that continuation trade. So it's super simple. It's the same if we go in the opposite direction. Let's pretend that we are bullish and we've just created a higher high, higher low. Now we're going to wait for a break of structure, which we get right here. As we can see, we get that break of structure. Once we've done that, we're then going to identify the fair value gap. We're going to wait for price to come back into this fair value gap, give us signs of rejection to see that it's going to go in the opposite direction, take our entry, and that's it. Continue with that trend. So it's nice and simple. It's called a break and fair value gap. So it mixes a break of structure along with a fair value gap to give you the perfect setup. So there's 3 steps involved in identifying this trading strategy. First step is to identify the current market condition. Are we bullish or are we bearish? The second step is to identify a break of structure. And then the third step is to identify a rejection away from our fair value gap. That's it. 1, 2, 3. You get those 3 things and you're going to take that trade. It's going to hit your take profit. And I guarantee that this is going to make you a consistently profitable trader. So now that we've seen the theory behind how this trading strategy works, let me actually give you a real life example of this trade that we actually took inside the VIP group just today. And if you're not part of the VIP group, then click that link down below to become part of the community where I send my daily trade setups to all of the members inside the community. So if you're a busy individual who doesn't have time to identify these trades yourself, then this is exactly the thing for you. But first of all, what we can see is that our market structure is bearish. So that is step 1. We've identified that we are bearish, which means we're putting in a series of lower lows and lower highs. This means we are only going to be looking for selling positions. So now that we've identified our market structure as bearish, we're going to identify where our break of structure is going to be. So now what we can see is that this is our lower low. This is now our lower high, so we need a break of structure right here to confirm that we are in a bearish trend. So step 1 is to identify that we are actually bearish. Step 2 is to wait for that break of structure. And once we get that right here, we can see that we also leave this massive fair value gap. So what does that mean? We've got step 1, we've identified we're bearish. Step 2, we've confirmed that we've got this break of structure. And step 3, we've just got the fair value gap, which means that we've got all 3 steps ticked. Once we've got all of these 3 steps ticked off, all we're now simply going to wait to do is to see price come back into our fair value gap. And if we now play price on, we can see that price comes back into that fair value gap right there. And what do we get? We get this immediate rejection away from the fair value gap. Price came up with all of this impulse. If we had closed with this impulse inside of this fair value gap, I wouldn't have been interested. I wanted to see price go into the fair value gap and then tell me that it's rejecting away. Once it tells me that it's rejecting away, we now know that price is looking to move away from this fair value gap. So then what do? We take our entry on that rejection. We can then put our stop loss just above that high. And we always target a 1-to-1 as our lowest hanging fruit. Now you can always target a 1-to-2, a 1-to-3. If the trend is strong, you can hold it indefinitely and just trail your stop loss along the way. However, for me, I like to go for the lowest hanging fruit because I know that a 1-to-1 is super easy. I can get that. I can make $1,000 on a 100K funded account with my 1-to-1. That's it. I'm done for the day. $1,000 a day is all you need to change your life completely and become financially free. So I don't like to aim for the hills. I like to keep it nice and simple, in and out of these trades super quick. So once we've seen this rejection, we're now entering into that trade. And would you look at that? Nice and easy, price then just dumps straight down to our take profit. Super simple. So let me give you one more example going in a bullish direction so you guys can understand how to take both sides. And this is actually a trade that we again took inside of the VIP group just 2 days ago. So first step is to identify what is market structure doing. Well, number one, we can see right here that we are bullish. We're creating a series of higher highs and higher lows. This means that we are only going to be looking for buying positions. Step two is to identify our break of structure. So this is our most recent high, and we need price to break above this high right here to confirm a break of structure in our bullish intended direction. So let's play price on, and we can see that right there we get this nice impulsive push to the upside. So let's reiterate. Step one, we've identified that we are bullish. Step two, we've now got a break of structure to the upside, understanding that we are bullish, so we're in line with our structure. Step three is to identify our fair value gap. So let's mark this fair value gap out. And now all we're simply going to be doing is waiting for price to come back into this fair value gap and then look for a rejection out of this fair value gap. So now what we can see is that price comes back into that fair value gap. But did you see how much impulse we came in with? Now this is why we haven't entered just yet, because we want to wait for price to tell us that it's actually looking to move away from this zone. At the moment, it's telling us that it just wants to go down, right? It hasn't rejected from this fair value gap. It's closed below that fair value gap. So at the moment, we're not entering this trade. We're still waiting to see what price is going to do. Does it tell us that it wants to reject away from this zone or not? If it doesn't, then we're just going to stay out of this trade. So the next candle gives us this massive bullish impulsive move to the upside. Now this tells us that price is looking to push to the upside and is looking to move away from this fair value gap in the overall direction of the trend, which is bullish. So let's go back and check what we've done. Step one, we've identified that we are bullish. So this is bullish. Price is pushing to the upside. So that is ticked off. Step two, we've got a break of structure to the upside. So that is step two ticked off. Step three, we've marked out our fair value gap. Price is tapped into that fair value gap and it's told us with this massive impulse to the upside that it wants to go higher. So that is step three ticked off. Now that we've ticked off all three of our steps, what can we now do? We can now enter this position right here at the close of this impulsive candle. We can put our stops just below that low. And again, we can simply target a 1-to-1. And again, if you want to try your stops, if you want to go a little bit higher, go for a 1-to-2, 1-to-3. If the trend is strong, then by all means, you can do that. However, for me, I like to go for the lowest hanging fruit. And what can we see? Price then immediately runs to our take profit. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Again, I sent this trade into the VIP group, and would you look at that? We got tapped in and then price went straight to our take profit. So again, super simple. I send these trades near enough every single day. So again, if you're not part of the community, click that link down below. But it's as easy as that. Step one, identify the trend. Step two, wait for a break of structure. Step three, wait for price to come into your fair value gap, give you a sign of rejection, enter that trade. Once you do that, it is all said and done. You follow the plan and every single trade is going to be in line with the exact same strategy. That means over a long period of time, over the long-term horizon, you're going to have more winning trades than you will losing trades because this strategy has a positive win rate. Again, I would highly recommend that you guys do go ahead and backtest these strategies for yourself before taking them into the live markets. I'm just giving you these strategies so that you guys can take them, backtest them, refine them, make them your own, so that way when you come into the live markets, you feel confident in taking these setups, and that way you become a much more grounded trader. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Nice and easy, nice and simple, teaching you guys a super simple trading strategy that I use near enough every single day inside the VIP group, giving us great results. Nice and simple 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, and that's all you really need to be a consistently profitable trader. If you guys did enjoy this video, then don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next video.